In this General Hospital recap for April 13, 2023, Willow gets Michael to agree to moving up their wedding date. The General Hospital recap features Willow Tate wanting to get married before the cancer catches up with her. In this episode, Willow and Michael agreed on a wedding date once again. Sunny even reached out to Michael and Michael even listened. Spencer and Liesl listened to Victor's plans to save the world, and then Spencer sprung into action. Anna was alarmed to learn Victor had a bevy of hostages. And finally, Curtis was there for Portia when she needed him most. Now, let's dig a little deeper into the details. Willow asked Michael to marry her right then and there, as she is asked to do several times before. She said she would be willing to wait till the next day as she was once again prepared for imminent death, so that's the plan. Sasha, Sophia Matson, and Brooke Lynn, Amanda Seton, were ready to make this big day happen. When Willow's friends took Amelia upstairs, Willow assured Michael she wasn't giving up, despite how angry, frustrated, and terrified she was. At GH, Sunny, Maurice Bernard, told Laura, Ginny Francis, he would make Victor pay when he found him. Dante, Dominic Zamprogna, then delivered the bad news that Trina seems to be caught up in Victor's mess right along with Spencer. Laura was furious that all this was happening because she warned everyone, including Spencer, of what Victor was capable of, and nobody seemed to take her seriously. Dante promised that between the cops and Sunny, he knew they would find Victor. Sunny had to admit he was most concerned about finding Victor so that Liesl could save Willow's, Caitlin McMullen life. Sunny admitted that Willow's situation reminded him of when Max Gale, was dying, and Dante told him he could be there for Michael, Chad Duell, as he was with Mike. Sunny wasn't so sure since Michael refused to speak to him, but Dante encouraged him to try anyway. So Sunny gave Michael a call, and Michael actually listened as his father told him he would be there for him whenever needed. Michael didn't say much but did tell Sunny that he had heard him. Spencer, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, and Trina, Tabiana Ali, couldn't get the stars out of their eyes as they tried to come up with a way to get Trina out of Spencer's stateroom. Trina insisted they could accomplish this because they make an excellent team. Spencer was to cause a diversion in the dining room during breakfast. When Ambrose came to fetch Victor, Charles Shaughnessy, for the big meal, Trina snuck out of the room. Liesl, Kathleen Gaddy, was still furious to be aboard the Haunted Star, despite Victor being just delighted to share breakfast with her. Victor warned her he had guards everywhere as Spencer walked in and tried to look surprised when he saw Liesl. Spencer demanded to know what Victor was really up to. Victor insisted that all of this was not only about the Cassadines, but about ushering in a new era for the entire human race. As expected, Victor brought up the damage humans are certainly doing to planet Earth, calling it greed and short-sightedness. He rightly pointed out that if humans are left unchecked, there would be no resources for future generations, so he and Mikos devised a plan years ago to save humanity from itself. As it turned out, Mikos was an opportunist, but Victor was serious about this mission. Apparently, Victor and Mikos had a backup to the 1981 weather machine, and that backup was what he was ready to use now to save the entire world. There is a pathogen they stored in underground bunkers that could kill much of humanity so that the population would be manageable. He needs Liesl's help to ensure that his heirs, Spencer and Ace, are immune to this pathogen. Trina was waiting in the wings for Spencer's diversion, so after hearing his uncle's mad science plot, he suddenly jumped up and put a knife to Liesl's neck, meaning it was Trina's time to run. Over at the hospital, Portia, Brooke Care, was still freaking out about not being able to reach Trina via her cell, and became more alarmed when Jordan, Tanisha Harper, and Dante had questions for her. Both Portia and Curtis, Donald Turner, joined Jordan for a talk in Portia's office. They were shocked to hear that Trina might be with Spencer and Victor. Portia almost lost her mind at the idea of that scenario, but all evidence pointed toward Jordan being right. After learning they might be on an untraceable haunted star, Portia burst into tears, but at least her very own estranged husband Curtis was there to comfort and support her. Curtis assured her that Trina would come home, even if he had to rescue her himself. Valentine, James Patrick Stewart, was thrilled and relieved when Anna, Finola Hughes, opened her eyes. He declared that God must be an Anna Devane fan as they shared a tender reunion. After Anna pointed out that Valentin had saved her life, he told her he was the reason she was shot in the first place. A tear-filled Anna admitted she saw the faces of all the people she loved before losing consciousness, including Valentin. She just wasn't ready to leave them yet. Next, Anna wanted to know exactly what happened with Victor, and he was forced to tell her they hadn't caught him just yet. Anna was shocked to hear that Victor took off with hostages and was itching to get out of that hospital bed to help find them. Anna went into detective mode to try to figure out what Victor was up to with the necklace code and his choice of hostages. At least Anna was happy to hear about Lucy's memorable nurse's ball entrance. General Hospital airs weekdays on ABC. For more about what's coming up in Port Charles, check out all the latest that's been posted on GA Spoilers. And for an in-depth look at the show's history, click here. The best place for true soap fans to be is our Facebook groups. Have you joined? If you love soap spoilers, gossip and fans as dedicated as yourself,